Good morning, my friends. I just took a little morning walk to the restroom and I'm getting ready to dig into my packing cubes to get dressed for the day. We are going to hit the trails and we are going to see everything we can see today, from the Royal Palm Visitor Center all the way to Flamingo Marina and Florida Bay, which is the southernmost point in the mainland of Florida, not counting the Keys, of course. So we're going to have a really fun day. Hopefully we're going to see a lot of wildlife. We're going to see a lot of Florida. Let's go. And while I'm getting dressed, I'm going to insert a clip of some of the highlights from yesterday that's included in this section of the park. I went to the Nike missile site, which is really cool. I did the self-guided tour, but they do have a ranger-led tour at 2 p.m. every day. Typically, business hours are 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. daily for that if you want to do it yourself and just kind of drive through and walk through. Highly recommend. I did a ranger-led night hike on the Anhinga Trail boardwalk last night, which was so cool and very informative and free. And let's see, I saw some cool wildlife. And I had my first gator. And all of that is in the southern section of the Everglades, near the southern entrance. So I am going to include just some quick highlights of that for you here. And then we're going to get started on today. This is what I am so hoping to see. Quick little pit stop here. All right, let's see what ranger-led programs we've got going on. All right, we'll take a quick look in the gift shop and then we'll head into the park. Okay. Pretty cool. It says Everglades National Park is recognized as part of the International Network of Biosphere Reserves. Does anyone know how to open up the garbage can? So technically we're backtracking a little bit so that I can show you from start to finish. As you know, we went through the south entrance yesterday, so I'm not going to leave the park to come back in, but I am backtracking from the campground to the Royal Palm Visitor Center, which is the first point of interest once you've entered the park. Today we are basically going to go start to finish, all you can do, all you can see, everything in one. You get it all for the southern portion of Everglades National Park. We are going to explore from Royal Palm Visitor Center, which is where the two most popular trails in the park are, Anhinga and Gumbo Limbo Trail. And we are going to stop at all of the little points of interest, all the little hikes, everything between there and Flamingo Visitor Center, which is the southernmost point of the Everglades. So we're going to see it all. We're going to do it all. I'm going to show it all to you. And hopefully we'll see some cool wildlife. One cool thing about the Everglades when you're visiting is that pretty much all of the hiking trails, except turn right, backcountry ones, of course, are very short. So you can really get a lot covered in a short amount of time. So that's what we're going to do today. There's the panther sign mocking me again. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Here, kitty, good kitty, nice kitty, soft kitty. Don't pet the kitty. This is where we did our night hike last night on the boardwalk, which I will have shown you a little highlight of, and you can see more of in my New Year's Eve special that I did for camping alone in the middle of the Everglades that I will have already posted and will link below. I am revisiting in the daytime so we can actually see what we are walking around. But it was such a cool experience to see it at night. I highly recommend.
In a quarter mile, continue straight.
Really, Greta, you had to interrupt just to tell me to keep doing what I was doing. Do you see how dramatic she is? Oh my gosh, I should start charging her. I better not badmouth her. She's gonna keep me from getting lost. Yes, ma'am, I'll keep doing what I'm doing. If I was to turn right here, that would take us to the Nike missile site, which we toured yesterday. And I will insert a little clip of that here as well. Okay, but what I was going to say is that I highly, highly recommend that you take advantage of any of the ranger-led programs that they offer in the park. There was actually a few that I was tempted to do. There's a wet hike, which takes you through about knee-deep water through the glades, which is a wonderful way to experience it since so much of it is underwater. In addition to that, there's the night hike that we did. There's a ranger-led tour of the Nike missile site, all kinds of things. And at the Royal Palm Visitor Center, they have a schedule posted. There's a schedule posted at the campgrounds, ranger station. See, she had to interrupt to tell me I was going to be where I was going to be. Anywho, they're free. So once you're in the park, you don't have to pay a thing for them, and you learn so much and gain so much more than you would otherwise, because you get the benefit of having an expert kind of take you along and point out things that you would not maybe normally see, give you a little background in history. I learned a lot last night on the night hike, and it's really a way to enhance your experience. So highly recommend.
You have arrived.
All right, we're parked at the Royal Palm Visitor Center, which is essentially just some picnic tables, restrooms, and that's pretty much it. We are going to hit the restrooms, and then we are going to hit the trails. These are two of the most popular trails in the park. The Anhinga Trail, which is essentially a series of boardwalks and overlooks that take you out over the Everglades. And that's where we did our night hike last night. And then we're going to do the Gumbo Limbo Trail, which is a nice shaded wooded hike. So both are very short, and I have shown you both before. I'll link that video below. It was on my very first scouting trip to the Everglades this summer when I was heading down to the Keys. But this should be a whole different experience since it's early, not very crowded yet, and foggy and cool and pretty out. The sun just came up, so let's see what there is to see. The ranger last night explained that the dead fish floating in here are actually some of the invasive species, and that it's because of the cold snap from last week. They can't handle sustained temperatures below the 50s apparently. This is just over 3/4 of a mile, and they recommend about an hour. And here comes a little gator friend to greet us. These air plants are amazing. And all of these lily pads out here are native spatterdock. I can't get over how clear the water is. thousands of years ago, glacial periods alternately submerged and exposed Florida. Oh, hello, little turtle. I didn't even notice you. Cheers. That's the stuff. I think I'm in a seltzer red. I've been getting this all the time lately. I gotta switch back to my orange vanilla polar for a little bit, I think. Alright, we're moving on to the next. I spent way more time than I thought I was going to, just because I was having so much fun with the birds and with the alligators. We are going to head to the next stops now along our way to Flamingo down at the end. I would definitely say if you're hoping to see alligators here, you would want to go to Anhinga Trail. That's kind of like the sure bet, and sure enough, I saw like a bazillion. One of them swam right up, walked up onto the grass and smiled for the camera, so there's that. And it was really fun. There was a couple from Nebraska that had just walked up when that happened, so they got to actually see the alligators swim up to the bank and come out and start sunning, which doesn't happen very often. So it was really exciting for them because it was their very first ever alligator sighting, so it was a good one. I love when stuff like that happens. They were so excited. Okay, you guys have already seen a sneak peek of this part, but we're now approaching Long Pine Key, which is the campground that we're staying at. A beautiful campground, highly recommend. OMG, y'all. This is the jam. Okay, friends, now that the song is over, I can continue my day. I have my sunshade up, and I am gonna hit the next one, which is the Pinelands. You'll see it in a second. I think that's a short one too. I don't know, you guys. This one looks like it might be crowded. Alright, we're at the Pinelands Trail, and it says it goes through one of the most varied habitats in the park. It's a sawgrass and a hardwood hammock. It's got solution holes. Looks like we are going to do 30 minutes, it'll be less than that, paved trail that is 0.4 miles. Everywhere you go here, you see impacts from Hurricane Andrew, which is just so stark to see since it seems like it was such a long time ago. I know my phone isn't going to pick them all up, but I'm in bird heaven right now. There's pine warblers, towies, gnatcatchers, eastern bluebirds. Oh my gosh, there's so many birds right here. Sparrows. I'm gonna be here a while. I feel like this is prime snake habitat too, but I haven't gotten lucky with any snakes yet today. I do really like how diverse this trail is. Got some shade, you've got some open pineland, so many birds. Alright, we're back at the beginning. Let's go back to the beginning. Man, you guys are so lucky that you're getting treated to my singing today. Whew, looks like I just missed rush hour. Okay, it's not a contest, Everglades, but so far, that Pinewoods Trail is my favorite. I was in bird heaven. I saw pine warblers, yellow warblers, prairie warblers, blue-gray gnatcatchers, eastern towies. I think I saw a thrasher. I don't know, a bunch. Eastern bluebirds. I saw 3 kinds of woodpeckers in like 5 seconds. I saw a yellow-bellied sapsucker, red-bellied woodpecker, and a downy woodpecker. I'm pretty sure I heard a vireo. Yeah, lots of birds. So if you're a birder, I highly, highly, highly recommend Pinewoods Trail. For being only a 0.4 mile loop, such good birding opportunities. I also feel like there's good snake opportunities, even though I struck out. But definitely, birds, migration season, yes. 2 thumbs up. I would also like to say I'm pretty sure I was too cocky in saying, you could easily do the whole southern section in less than a day, because there's a lot to see. I've only gone a few miles. At this rate, I'll be halfway through by dark. No, but you can easily do this section. It's only like less than 40 miles, so you can do as quick or as long as you want. That's what she said. When I did my first scouting trip a few months back, I did the whole stretch there and back in less than 2 hours, and I didn't feel like I was cheated out of seeing the Everglades. You definitely don't get the whole experience. I'm not saying that. Don't come for me. But I mean, you can get like a little taste. You can get a good little taste in a few hours. But definitely plan on at least half a day to do the southern section. Just based on what I'm seeing so far, you're going to want at least half a day. I get the biggest chuckle out of this. Look, we're going over a pass. Elevation 3 feet. Suck it, Tetons. These trees are so cool. I think this is the stop off that I want for the skeleton tree forest. Hi, Tara. I'm seeing a lot of gators on this side, just right on the side of the road too. In these little ditches here that are filled with water, they seem to be just kind of chillaxing. I've seen like 3 in a row. Righty-roo, we are at Paheoki Trail. I think this is the most crowded trail aside from Anhinga that I've been on yet. I think I'll park in this little shady spot here. We'll see if it does any good. Looks like it's only 0.2 miles with a little observation platform.
That's like 6 miles. Yeah, that's probably not it. I think it's probably.
Isn't it a door holder? No.
You guys, I'm having so much fun. I can't believe what a great time I'm having. It's already almost noon and I still have a lot of stops before I get to Flamingo, I think. But I have some really great footage to show you guys, I think. Whatever I have, I'm gonna put it here now, but I just got to watch a pair of barred owls right off the boardwalk. They were down kind of like in the trees, in the cypress, in the swamp, hiding kind of underneath the boardwalk area. So it was kind of hard to get a good shot because there was a lot of branches to work with, but I think I got something. Either way, it was so cool to see the pair just so relaxed, just hanging out, having a good old nappy nap together. The Everglades is so amazing. My first 2 hours of the trip, yay! Let's see if I can find any more before I get home.
They will even sometimes crawl across the trails if they're really curious about it.
Yeah, we're told not to take dog on any trails, just boardwalks and
We are skyrocketing in elevation. According to the sign we just passed, we are now at 4 feet instead of 3. But in all seriousness, 1 foot really does make a big difference in the Everglades in terms of ecology and what type of plant growth and trees and wildlife and all of that can be found in that particular area. So as silly as it does sound, that foot is really a big deal. I said I was going to be so good with my spending today, but I think I'm going to need to get an ice cream or a nice cold drink at Flamingo Marina once we get there. I'm just saying. It's hot. I need refreshing. I swear that little side street that we just passed looks perfect for a panther sighting. If it wasn't such a narrow dirt road, I would just pull off on it and sit there, but I don't want to block anybody. I gotta show you this again. This is, I just can't get over the vastness. I just think of Florida as having no more room for anything. And don't get me wrong, we are so overdeveloped. It's ridiculous and it's heartbreaking, but when I see sights like this, oh, it does my heart good. All right, I gotta remember to put more sunblock on and hydrate when I get back to Terra. This is another 0.4 mile trail, so not bad. But I'm also not doing great drinking water today, so not good. Into the hammock we go. Oh, this shade feels so nice. Look at the beautiful resurrection fern. My favorite. Trees are my happy place, you guys. Trees are my happy place. We are at 9 Mile Pond right now, which is a good place to look for wading birds at sunrise and sunset from what I've heard. Also a great place for kayaking or canoeing. There's another view of 9 Mile Pond here. It's also a canoe trail. It says it's 5 miles to complete the loop or 3.5 for the shortcut. No motors. And there's a good little launching point.
Little muddy, you know, hence the mosquitoes.
All right, another 0.4 mile one. That sun is aggressive right now. Hi again. Interesting. But regardless, we're heading to Flamingo Marina right now, where I'm either gonna have a picnic lunch inside Terra, cheating in the air conditioning with the car running right now because I am hot, y'all. I know it says 83, but it feels like 100 in this aggressive ass sun right now. So we are going to have some lunch, either a bagged salad or I'm gonna phone it in if there's the food truck or something else at the marina. And then I'll stop being hangry, look for crocodiles, look for manatees, show you Florida Bay, the southernmost point in mainland Florida, obviously not counting Key West, but in the main state of Florida, the lowest you can go. How low can you go? So that's what I'm going to show you now. And we're almost there. I don't think there's any more stops between here and there. But don't quote me, I'm not an Everglades expert yet. I just realized I was probably blasting you guys out with my AC on high, so apologies. Oh, this says hiking and canoeing, but when I peeped it yesterday, it was a teeny tiny little skinny road that two cars cannot fit on at the same time, so I made an executive decision not to include that in the tour today. I have no idea if it loops around or not. I really couldn't tell. But we're at Flamingo, so I'll see you at the marina. Okay, so I'm starting at the far end of the marina, as far as you can go towards the end. And there's a couple of gas pumps, but I have no idea if they're functional. I'll try to remember to see that on the way out. So I'm going to start there, and then I'm going to work my way to the beginning of the marina where the visitor center is. I don't know if the new visitor center is still under construction or done. I have no idea. If it's still under construction, we'll take a peek at the little it's basically like just a little trailer temporary facility right now with a little tiny gift shop, from what I understand, if it's still the temporary one. So we shall see. You can canoe through that little canal area there. That's where some of the tour boats go. There's the marina store. We'll check that out in a little bit. This is actually brackish water, so it's a mixture of fresh and salt. That humongo nest up there is an osprey nest. You can buy tickets for a boat tour. I do see the food truck. It looks like it's running, so we're gonna see what they've got. Inside for the food truck, and then you pick it up outside. Let's see what else is in here. so much. You too, thank you. Okay, I caved and I got a delicious looking BLT that I am going to take back to the other end of the marina that we started out at, where I was looking for crocodiles and look for a shady spot that's not super crowded that I can eat at. And if I can't, then I'll just stay in Terra with the AC running and listen to the news and try to catch up on my current events while I'm eating. Multitasking pro. Cheers. I'm about to dig into this BLT, which looks delicious. It's Texas toast with big old romaine lettuce, nice thick bacon, and nice thick tomato. That's what was recommended to me, so that's what we went with. Check this out. Yum! Looks good, right? This is actually really yummy. Very good. Highly recommend. Good quality food. So this is gonna be the new visitor center, but it's not quite open. It looks like it's almost ready though. It looks complete compared to when I saw it a few months ago. Looks like there's gonna be a really nice overlook there that you can walk across with some benches. That's the current visitor center. We're gonna check that out in just a second, but first let's take a look at Florida Bay. We're gonna walk to this little dead end over here real quick and see if we have any luck spotting a crocodile. We're still striking out. This is a great place to spot manatees. I actually had a pretty cool close encounter with a manatee yesterday here that I'm gonna insert a clip for. According to one of the rangers, there's a family of manatees that's been hanging out in here. So I saw one yesterday. I don't know if it was part of the family or a solo one, but there's the mouth of the marina that heads out to the bay. Some mangroves. But no crocodiles.
Der war aber gerade hier.
Ja, Mama!
Zwei, guck jetzt mit dem.
No sé, tú. Oh, he's there, yeah. Ahí está, ¿ya lo viste?
I can't wait to come back when that's finished and then check it out. Ooh, FYI, this behind the temporary visitor center would be a great place to park. This is all really shady spots and the trees. We've got some portalets. Holy moly, look how big that one is. Woo! Wow, an estimated 1,500 to 2,000 crocodiles are believed to exist in South Florida today. I was talking to a really nice person in a kayak yesterday who said that the tour that takes you out onto the bay was amazing. That's definitely where I should have parked. Pro tip.
Because that's not a trail, it's a turnout. And there might be the biggest crocodile in the park lives right in that pond. So there's no trail there, so turn in, see if he's there in the grass.
Oh, so you have to trail.
Well, it'd be.
But you were rarely pretty cool trail.
Not these trails.
The joke's on me. I was like, hey, I'm just gonna do the whole southern portion in half a day since I kind of did a little bit yesterday, and then I'll relax at camp the rest of the day after lunch. It's 3:45 and I am just now heading back from Flamingo, but I thought it was a snake. It was a stick. I was eavesdropping unintentionally while a ranger was telling another person about this one spot that a huge croc has been known to be seen lately or regularly. So we're heading there again. I already showed it to you. 9 Mile Pond. It was that really pretty scenic pond / lake a little bit before Flamingo. So we are gonna go back there on the way back because I'm taking it as a sign. We're gonna see that big one. He said that they call it Croczilla and that it's big. So that would be awesome. I think this is where the shower closest to me is. We'll find out. I found it. I found one that locks. Hooks, light, shower, bench. Not bad. All right, let's do. Hello, water pressure. Now I'm fresh dressed like $1,000,000. Okay, not really. I'm in my pajamas, but whatever. I just got out of the shower. I rate the shower pressure or the water pressure 10 out of 10. The heat 0 out of 10 because there was none. But on the plus side, if I had gone with my plan to shower in the middle of the day, it would have been very refreshing when I was super hot. So keep that in mind when you come. You might want to plan a midday shower if you're camping here, but the water pressure was nice. Very nice. So I plugged my taco meat into my, well, I put it in my Hot Logic and plugged it in to my inverter up front when I was driving back from Flamingo, and then I just topped it off a little bit with my Jackery 240 when I got back to camp while I was showering. So now it's nice and hot and steamy. I'm ready to get to eating my tacos. You don't need to see that because this video was all about how awesome the Everglades is and basically everything that you can do from the south entrance at Ernest Coe Visitor Center and Royal Palm Visitor Center all the way to Flamingo down at the southernmost point of the Everglades. So that wraps up our first section of our Everglades Choose Your Own Adventure, or adventure in my case. I am going to have a nice relaxing night the rest of the night, and we will be back with a whole different section of the Everglades to show you. By we, I mean Tara, Smokey, and I, next time. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.